It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning. Here we are on Tuesday. Hope you had a good night's sleep. It's stormy, that is for sure. We'll see more about what that coming up this morning. But first, we will begin with some news.
All right. It is likely that voters will decide whether a casino can go in at Lake of the Ozarks. Well over the number of signatures that were needed to get that issue to the ballot have been collected and submitted for approval. If approved, a resort-style casino would go in at the Osage River below the Bagnell Dam. So we shall see. Eden Village in Springfield, which helps the homeless, has closed its Revive 66 campground. Leaders there say they're hoping for another new village of tiny homes instead, similar to the ones they've developed elsewhere around the city. The campground had 71 units. The group will keep several of them for the city's cold weather shelters. The property will be donated to other groups from Eden Village, other groups who also help the homeless.
Okay, that's interesting. Hey, if you drive Highway 65 between Springfield and Highlandville, heads up, there's a public meeting this afternoon to see renderings and to get your questions answered about changes coming there. Crews from the Missouri Department of Transportation will be at the OTC Richwood Valley campus in Ozark from 4:30 to 6. They'll go over lane expansion project there on 65, have all the visuals that you need to see. MoDOT is widening the highway from 4 to 6 lanes between CC and Highway 14. They've been slowly bringing those 6 lanes out from Springfield. Now they're going to go all the way out to 14. That should be finished by November of next year. It's an unpleasant process. As many of you know, as we've had widening projects on 60 and 65 in the past, but it'll be nice once it's fixed.
All right.
A judge has signed off on an order to preserve evidence in the case against Kansas City Chiefs player Rashee Rice. A 6-car crash happened in Dallas, as you'll remember. Police believe he may have caused that. Multiple people were injured. The court will now prevent Rice, as well as others involved, from destroying any credit card, debit card receipts, any purchases made 6 hours following the crash, plus cell phone records, GPS information.
Preceding the crash as well. 6 hours
before and after
the crash. Yeah, before and after. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense too. Cell phone records, all those things. There are at least 2 lawsuits filed in that March 30th traffic crash.
Speaking of traffic crashes, a beloved Hertz Donut employee has passed away after a bad car crash in Ohio. 62-year-old Ronald Smith was the man behind many of the Hertz Donuts locations. He spent about 10 years traveling to all the new stores and helping train the workers. Company leaders say he was easy to love and was known as the donut trainer. In fact, he was in Cincinnati where that crash occurred, working on the newest Hertz opening there.
Yeah, that's really sad. I saw owner Tim Clegg had posted that on his Facebook page, and it was really, you could tell he was really shaken up by it, and just a sad deal.
Yeah. Yes. They're such great people, Tim. Yeah. Buc-ee's hasn't confirmed it yet, but according to what they have filed, it looks like they might be planning to add a store in the Kansas City area, specifically next to the Kansas Speedway and the Legends Outlet, Kansas City. We'll keep you posted once corporate makes that final.
I'm in that area a lot for soccer, so that'd be all right with me.
I know, and their gas is often the same price as you could get at Sam's or Costco. So
that's true. Of course, there is
reason for me to stop.
Well, there is a Sam's right near in that same area, but still, the Sam's doesn't have those brisket sandwiches. I'll tell you that much.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Hey, it looks like John Jasinski's position as provost of Missouri State University will continue. Outgoing president Cliff Smart offered him a 13-month extension. Jasinski has accepted, and now the MSU Board of Governors will vote on that this coming Thursday. Jasinski was also up for the MSU president position, but ultimately did not get offered that spot. Instead, Biff is coming in. So
we only know him by Biff now.
Yeah, Dr. Biff.
Dr. Williams. I
A
think.
startup company in Springfield is doing well enough to expand. Springfield Trading Company makes hot sauce and seasonings. This Thursday, they'll have a grand opening for their first brick and mortar location at 225 East Sunshine. They're going from 2 workers to 4. So they're doubling the staff right there. The owner says his hobby has turned into business, which is cool. They started out selling at local farmers markets. Apparently, people liked it so much that they kept asking for more. So they had to upgrade the way that they make it and how much they can make. Now they're expanding into more and more stores as well, more and more states. So look for that. Springfield Trading Company, which is cool.
Yeah. I feel like this is a store that you would want to give a try,
Absolutely.
Because you like to season all things when you like smoke your brisket or your pork, whatever.
I do. Maybe at the end of this, I made the best chicken wings that I've ever made before over the weekend. And if anybody's interested at the end of this, just ask and I will tell you how I did it.
Okay. The U.S. unemployment rate ticked up in April by 0.1%. Only 175,000 jobs were added last month. Economists did anticipate the labor market would see a gradual slowdown due to the pressure of the high interest rates.
All right, that's about right. Springfield Police are hosting another motorcycle training course coming up on Saturday, May 18th. This one will be at the Dan Kenny Family Center, Blackman Road. It is specifically for motorcyclists who already know how to ride, but will teach more in-depth skills like better handling, reactions, object avoidance, all the stuff that's important as you're riding a bike. It is free, but you do need to register. You can do so on the Springfield Police Department website for a motorcycle training course, May 18th.
All right. This is cool. An Evangel professor will be featured in the new People magazine coming out on May 13th. Dr. Luke Gibbs has 3 girls and his 2 youngest are twins. They were born micro preemies. He says it's truly a miracle they survived because they were tiny, tiny. He and his wife took the same picture of the girls year after year for 8 years. So they kept recreating the same photo. That post went viral and People magazine picked it up and going to do a little feature on them. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I saw that. It is exciting. It's a cute thing that they do. It's the dad from behind. So it's the back of the dad, but he's holding his 2 daughters like this. So they're facing the camera that way.
Oh,
and it's them just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And praise the Lord that they were getting bigger and bigger because micro preemies are like preemie and then some. So, and they're twins. So,
yeah, it's a great story.
Okay. Today from 11 o'clock this morning until 7 o'clock tonight. Today is your day. If you would like to get a job at the Thunder Ridge Nature Arena, they are having a job fair of sorts. You can check out details at thunderridgenaturearena.com.
Of course, we just covered how they're canceling the air show July 4th and 5th, but they do have plenty of other shows headed out there. So be a nice place to work. Pretty views for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind working outside. It's a good time as long as you're dressed for the elements, babe. Right? You know what I say?
That's true.
You can work in any weather condition as long as you're dressed for the elements.
Well, that's why whenever you said, what's going on in the trunk of your car? It was all of the clothes and blankets and everything that I need to be dressed for the elements whenever I go to Kansas City.
Ethan has a bin of clothes in the back of my car that is, it's like probably a 10-gallon tub of winter wear. Even though it's May 6th.
There's layers. There's blankets. There's waterproof stuff. You never know. You never know what you're going to get, and you got to stand outside and watch the soccer games.
Yeah, it's true.
It's always
like, what happened back here in this?
It's always at the fields. It's always like 15, at least 15 degrees colder because of the wind.
That is the truth.
All right, now to my chicken wings. Are you interested? Now?
Yeah, but you better make it snappy.
I will make it snappy. I just did it for the first time ever. I didn't come up with it. I saw it on one of my smoker pages on Facebook. So I got my wings out there. I seasoned them up nice, and then I put them on the smoker cold smoker. It's not even on yet. And then I crank her up to 400 degrees, and I let them sit there for half an hour. I flip them over at the half-hour mark. They stay on for another half hour. I take them off, sauce them up, put them back on a much lower heat just for a little bit, get that sauce going, and they were spectacular. They taste really, they're crisp, and they taste really, really good.
That's
Try
awesome.
it. If you have a smoker, try it.
Good. Love it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic Tuesday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up with temperatures in the middle 60s this morning, and the strong to severe storms are marching east of the area. It was a loud night in some spots across the Ozarks. Maybe the storms woke you up. Maybe they didn't in other places. Some wind damage across the region, and we are talking about another chance for strong to severe storms as we head into Wednesday. The good news that I have for you on this Tuesday morning is that we're going to be dry through the daylight hours. If you need to pick up any branches or anything today, I think it's going to be a fine day to head outdoors. Partial sunshine makes it through in the forecast. And once again, I think our high temperatures make it to the low 80s in most communities. We have another chance for strong to severe storms across the plains, though, and that includes us here in the Ozarks. Those showers and thunderstorms will be moving back into the region, I think, pretty early in the afternoon on Wednesday. We'll see stormy chances through the Wednesday afternoon time period, and then that will wind down Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. So that's the headline for you. We are not done with storm chances yet in the Ozarks, even though today is mainly dry during the daylight hours. I also have mainly dry conditions tonight. So if you were up late last night, worried about the storms or hearing some of them, well, you can sleep easier overnight tonight. It's not until later tomorrow that we start to see some of those rain and storms move back in. We are dry through most of the day today. As I said, high temperatures in the low 80s. I am expecting it to be unsettled, though, again, as we head into tomorrow. The cold front associated with the low pressure system, allowing for all the severe weather across the country, is going to slowly be moving to the east, and that comes into play in our forecast here in the Ozarks by this time tomorrow. I know you heard about all of the national weather headlines of the severe weather back to our west yesterday. We are also talking about the potential for severe weather tomorrow, and that includes the risk for some large damaging hail as well as damaging wind with the severe thunderstorms that are going to come through tomorrow. There is also going to be at least a chance for some spin-up tornadoes, so that's a key message for you. Really, the threat on Wednesday, I think it lasts from about mid-morning hours through evening. Severe thunderstorms are forecasted to come through most of the area again tomorrow, and the primary hazard will be large hail to very large hail with additional hazards of damaging winds and tornadoes. So remain weather aware, even though today we're not going to have a whole lot on the radar here in the Ozarks. It's a dry day for most of us, but we're really just in between storm systems. I have cooler weather that begins for us by Thursday. The severe storms that come through tomorrow, they are associated with a cold front. Behind that front is when we really start to feel the effects, and highs will fall to the 70s by Thursday. In fact, we may even be lucky to make it to 70 degrees by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. Temperatures could even stay in the upper 60s on Friday afternoon. So we do have a cool down coming. We're going to cut some of that moisture out of the air. I know it's felt very humid with all the storms and the rain around, even with the dry days, and that's all going to change as we head into the afternoon hours on Thursday. Around the country, what's making headlines is severe weather. I know you've seen some of the footage and damage from yesterday's round of severe thunderstorms and what occurred late last night. We are going to see another chance for severe weather. So kind of all eyes on the plains across the country for today and tomorrow. I think the severe risk today is really kind of winding down, and then we will see a dangerous setup again as we head into Wednesday. This is due to a low pressure system pushing into the plains, along with this really potent upper wind pattern, along with a whole lot of moisture to tap into, creating the perfect ingredients for severe weather. And these are going to be in the headlines through the middle of the week. In fact, even Thursday, there will be some chance for severe storms across the country. But this time on Thursday, I think they're on the eastern seaboard. And I also think there's going to be at least some chance for limited severe weather again in portions of Texas. That's for late in the week, while we will enjoy cooler weather and some dry time by that point. A lot to track, though, this week. Really active start to the month of May, not just for us here in the Ozarks, but all across the country. In fact, I told you about the snowfall up out in the Pacific Northwest and the higher elevations of the Cascades and the Rockies. Yeah, it's still cold and unsettled for many of our friends out west. So a lot going on here across the country. And that will be the case over the next couple of days as well. Then I think we get some calmer weather for the weekend. And I think everyone will be pretty happy about that. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question. This is what I left you with yesterday, and it was a gimme for those of you that know your Spanish language. What does margarita mean in Spanish? Do you think it is A, magnolia, B, daisy, C, lemonade, or D, martini? I did not know this. I took Spanish in high school, but my exposure was limited. So I did not know, but maybe you did, that the answer is B, daisy. That would not have been my first guess either had I not written the question. But margarita translates to the daisy flower in English. Now, you know, congrats. If B was your guess, you are now entered to win a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. Here's the question that I will leave you with for tomorrow. What is the color of your blood when it is inside your body? Do you think it is A, red, B, blue, C, clear, or D, purple? I will have the answer. That's early tomorrow morning on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope everybody enjoys the nice dry afternoon that we have ahead. High temperatures near 80 degrees for you, and we've got more strong storms on the way on Wednesday. So don't let your guards down yet. More strong to severe weather in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon. Of course, I'll be back to chat with you early tomorrow morning. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Rescue Towing and Scooter's Coffee. Have a fantastic day.